Tuckers, I stay winning, officially inaugurated.
Back to business, back on Tuckers, I stay winning, officially inaugurated. Now that's a good feeling, but Kamal up and real quiet, and Joe probably still sleeping, but I'm built different, and I've been saying that since the beginning. But it's back to business, but this businessman don't sleep, cause if I see him, I come dropping that heat. 4 years off, now I'm back at the peak. Yeah, the dawn, back to running the streets, from Calabasas all the way to DC. Back to the booth where I be dropping more bombs than Obama. Ball so hard, leaving with blunt force trauma. Got Democrats sweating cause I'm bringing drama. Spitting more than a llama. Get the recipe for success and I put that on your mama. Walk through the valley of death, but I had God on my side. Campaign trails, bullet shells, but we stuck to the grind. 78 years strong and I'm still in my prime. You really witnessing the greatest comeback of all time. Back to designer, Gucci boots, 10 is the finest. I'm not a big deal, I'm a certified giant. When they heard that I was coming, the world leaders went silent, cause I run America, so they don't wanna see me get violent. Cause if it's beef, you know I've got my foot in the neck, but I'm from Queens, so what the you expect? Back to Air Force One, with the squad making calls from a jet. I'm the shark in the pond, the biggest fish and the biggest threat. My flow's so cold, it'll stop a glacier from drifting. So cold I left the polar bear twitching. My flow's so cold, I be freezing lakes when I be fishing. So cold, even my AC be glitching. Back to one black Cadillac, red hacks I keep two. Go bring to White House, but I keep my bills blue. Back to the hustle, when I'm making deals I don't lose. Gotta keep them guessing, so they don't know your next move. I ain't got time for fools, so tell me when you gon' learn. I told you already I don't sleep, I'm the early bird that gets the dough. I'm not like Joe, I don't stammer or stutter. My flow smooth like a hot knife through warm jello. But it's back to business, back on Tuckers, I stay winning, officially inaugurated. Now that's a good feeling, but Kamal up and real quiet, and Joe probably still sleeping, but I'm built different, and I've been saying that since the beginning. You know what it is, it's Avalon Dawn, back at it again. Milani is not gonna be happy if this doesn't hit 100,000 views. So make sure you like the video and share the video. I think Studio 27 did an amazing job. And if you want one for yourself, you just need to reach out to JK.
What's going on,
He's a
everybody?
great guy. And they got more videos coming soon. More studio skits, more Dragon Flow Z.
All right, I want to thank everybody out there. What's going on? It's your boy Take Prada Project. Prada Project over Mike. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope you understand we back in business, and so that's what we played. This right there. JK, give a shout out to him. Get us off for a late start. Had to get a lot of stuff together and update some stuff on the computer. Again, I'm a one-man show, so it's not. Hope you guys could respect how that goes. But yep, it's good to be back in business, back live with y'all once again. Another beautiful Thursday where we could enjoy and talk about some issues that's going on right now. So for those out there that are listening to the show, we have our show is broadcast in multiple places. We are, if you have a description, there's a link tree, of course. You can go and see, link to your favorite podcast platform, and you can watch it. It's all, because again, Project Open Mic is on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on Amazon, it's on Spotify, it's on Rumble, Nico, 10 FM. Again, we're worldwide, baby. So I thank everybody out there for giving me the chance and the time to listen to what we're about to talk about today. So since I started a little late, and I apologize for that, we're going to just keep going quicker with certain things. I apologize to for the show, Anderson, that I got caught up in a lot of stuff, and I apologize for that. Going quicker with certain things. So yeah. So I forgot about the because I had to update a lot of stuff, Anderson. I didn't have the time to set up the chat and everything, so I apologize in that. But other than that, right now, guys, let's get straight into it. Like I said, I don't want to keep you here long. Let's do the show and get down to business. back to business, as President Trump just rapped right there and put on the screen. First of all, I want to do a shout out to this, not shout out, but respect and prayer for all the people who passed away on the tragedy over the Potomac River in DC, where a military Black Hawk helicopter flew into a American Airlines commuter jet, CRJ. For the was all the passengers have been basically pronounced mostly dead. I don't know 100%, but from what I've seen, you don't know that he don't find anybody. Crazy hit, and also a cold river does not mix to give you so much stuff, so it kind of sucks in that regard. And so I feel bad for that. And for all the lovers out there, I mean, it's a hard one to feel. There's a show I watch on YouTube called Mayday Mayday, and it's not gonna, of course, it's gonna be no time soon, but it's gonna be sometime way, way, way later, of course. It's, with the videos and stuff like that. It does suck that there's about 67 lives have passed. Now, I'm an airplane, we call it AF geek. I'm an AF geek. I love airplanes and other calls and stuff. My thing is you wait until like 72 hours to figure out what's going on. That's how we do it. So I'm hoping that they'll find this out. But if I had to give my guess, even though it's military guys, and I think there was a miscommunication because when you listen to the tower did talk to the helicopter. The helicopter did say that they saw the plane coming in. But the only thing I think is maybe the helicopter fixed on a wrong lights or something and flew right in front of them, which was kind of crazy that that happened. And again, it would look like it might be the helicopter's fault, but at this point, it is what it is. It's a sad tragedy. So again, I feel bad for all the people who got to go through this and lost their loved ones. My hearts and prayers go out to you people out there because that is a tough thing to lose family to. All right. So, so another thing that we have to talk about is a week has passed. Now, it's crazy to me to see how the news media, but I repeat myself, the news media say, "Oh man, egg prices has gone up." Well, people they're killing the chickens, so and killing it laying hen chicken because of the bird flu. So that ain't got I wouldn't blame President Biden for this. I wouldn't blame Trump for this because this was just something that's happened and it kind of sucks. That's what happened in that one. Funny enough, on Facebook, I see a lot of people are like, "Oh, the wars have not stopped." Wait, hold on, hold on. You think the wars was gonna stop like that instant? A lot of stuff has happened behind the scene that none of them don't talk about. But again, we got a weird situation where people just, I don't know, they feel that everything's supposed to happen in an instant. No, when stuff does happen that phrases that works for President Trump, people don't want to talk about it. That's weird, and that's the news media itself. But I'm not here to share whatever. I'm not posting something on Facebook. I always post every year, and again, and I'll say why now I would post. For since Obama, I've been saying this every 4 years. No matter President Obama to Trump to Biden, and they were Biden 4 years ago too. I pray to God that he watch over America, watch over the president, watch over all the people, and I hope they make the right decisions. You are the captain of the plane. I don't want the plane to crash. Sorry, I have to use that metaphor, but that's the exact words I say. But sorry, I use that metaphor that I don't want it to happen. But I do not want. I want the pilot and the co-pilot to be coherent people to fly the plane so we don't have no problems. And America's a country right now, and we're flying dangerously close to doing some stupid stuff. We came from that, and trust me, I beat that thing to a horse over 4 years, and I'm gonna still beat it to a horse because I ain't. It's not that I'm petty, but it's to be telling the truth. Because we're gonna see some stuff right here. But I don't wish badness on people, but I wish that people just tell the facts. Now, I have to give a shout out to the new press secretary, and also that President Trump is going to give people more access to more news than trying to get it off through CNN, ABC, all the usual Fox News, like all the usual stuff, because it's crazy. We need more openness. We need more conversations. Even though mainstream media sucked in the last couple of years, you know, we need more of this. But let's go on with the show. But I do have, if I am correct, I do have a sponsor. I do have a sponsor. We do have a sponsor for the show. So our sponsor is, I am proud to partner with these people because this is what we need in America and in the world itself. So let's take a quick hit with our sponsor and then we'll be right back.
Thing I'd see on the news. But that's before I discovered a brain.
A brain is meant for everyday use. Those living with moderate to severe stupidity have seen immediate improvement in common sense with a brain.
I thought the government had my best interests at heart. And then a friend told me about a brain.
Talk to your doctor about what news sources you obey. A brain may also lower your desire to take life-altering advice from celebrities.
Getting lectured about my carbon footprint from people with 3 private jets used to make sense. But thanks to a brain, now I can think for myself every day. When my disregard for 3rd grade biology began to flare up, I knew it was time for a brain.
Do not try a brain if you're allergic to a brain. Common side effects may include accountability, discernment, homeschooling your kids, a better understanding of economics, awareness of the stupidity of socialism, and diarrhea.
For tethering yourself to reality, the only no-brainer is choosing a brain. Ask your doctor if a brain is right for you.
For more information, visit tryabrain.com.
That's it.
Thank you, Press.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, reaction.
It was the week to end all weeks for the MAGA faithful, and it wasn't even technically a full one just yet, at least as I record this video. At a scant 6 days into his administration, Trump's executive orders have kicked up the biggest flurry to not wind up in Hunter Biden's nose. If you'll permit me a moment to stabilize on the nearest desk, I'll even recite a fair few of them for you. First came the Jan 6th pardons. Yes, everyone from the Jan 6 shaman to the lectern guy, and indeed a man we championed inexhaustibly on this channel, the great John Schaefer, were all pardoned with profound prejudice. Rock on, John. Now cut us an Iced Earth album real soon, would you? On immigration, he ended catch and release, resumed building the border wall, suspended the refugee resettlement program that turned the Twin Cities into mini Somalia, and restarted the Remain in Mexico policy from the first Trump presidency. He removed pronouns from passports, formally established the existence of only 2 genders, and extricated the U.S. entirely from the World Health Organization. Which might sound like a dramatic divorce to you, but keep in mind, if we ever need anything, we can always go straight to the WHO's bosses in Beijing. He ended Biden's electric car mandate, halted the creation of in all economic regulations, ceased Biden's social media censorship initiatives, killed the construction of worthless wind farms. Hell, we're winning so eagerly and often at this point it flew clear under the radar when Trump signed an executive order banning trans people from serving in the military, which, given their suicide rate, should probably be renamed the Cutting Out the Middleman Act. Although I do worry we're missing out on a potential source of recruits to answer the Islamic world's kamikaze corps. Hell, have the Army set up a trans suicide hotline, complimentary pilot's license with each consultation. Look, the list is longer than a catalog of Amber Heard's mental illnesses, and the MAGA faithful were at full mast throughout, though it wasn't met with all-encompassing acclaim, as Colombia took a break from cutting coke and killing bitches to refuse to accept their most violent illegal aliens back behind their borders. When Trump learned of this, he slapped a 25% tariff on same. President Gustavo Petro, easily the most talkative Colombian since Pablo Escobar, took a powder from pounding a dude in drag to slap a 50% tariff on all U.S. goods, arguing it would cause his economy to struggle. To which I press X to shriek the word bullshit. Colombia is a country where you can order marijuana over the phone by pressing the hash key. How's it even humanly possible for your economy to crap itself? Of course, when Trump threatened to do likewise, the entire castle of coke bricks went tits up, Colombia cucked like the Dickens, and President Pee-Pee Touch ran sobbing into his 5-story fortress of murder money. Let that be a lesson to you on the dangers of trafficking drugs, kiddies. If you're not careful, you too could end up with a mansion and a Lamborghini at age 25. I haven't seen the Colombians
Exactly.
this felted since President Lopez let the slaves free 12 years before Lincoln pretended to. And Trump wasn't done. He renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, chest pounded about the Panama Canal, and took steps to assume ownership of Greenland from a frankly disinterested Denmark. And I want to point out, this is a more circumspect stratagem than I think Trump is traditionally given credit for. With the Panama Canal a subject of contention, the next major trade route would be through the Northwest Passage, which China and Russia currently happen to be eyeballing the same way Chris Christie looks at the last bonbon in the box. By incorporating Greenland and strong-arming Canada, America shits on the Chi-Coms and puts Putin out to pasture, all without floating a single armada. But he wasn't done domestically, announcing apocalyptic FBI, CIA, and ATF layoffs affecting an estimated 15 to 25,000 feckless feds, issuing a full freeze on newly hired IRS agents while announcing the 90,000 new hires at the agency have an option of either being fired or employed at the border.
Now, that one, I am 1,000% in agree with. All right. Kind of like when Malays for the president of Argentina who did what he did. Yes. Some of y'all don't do nothing. So I rather just get rid of most of y'all, or you will be moved to another spot where you can, I don't know, do a job and keep your check. Because you get way better than me. That's for sure. But I digress furthermore.
And if that made you harder than a mastodon tusk, consult your doctor, because for what came next, you may well need the nitroglycerin.
It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. Do you know, the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens. Does that make sense, right?
The possible end of the century-old era of income tax, a mass...
I would hope for it, but I know it's not, that part ain't gonna happen. Income tax needs to have to be, I don't have a problem because the government getting enough money from us anyway. In my lovely state of North Carolina, and I've been to other states like this, if you get a refund from the government, from the local government of North Carolina, you gotta also write that as a tax. You also gotta put it as money for your tax income the year next. What? Literally.
What the fuck?
The next year, I gotta let me get this straight. I give you money. You said I gave you too much money. You give me back my money, but then I gotta put that out as income for next year. Even though you took my money from me. That is double taxing and that's BS. Give my money. That should not, that's what it is. That's my refund back from me. Because remember, majority of refunds are people who pay too much taxes and they get their money back. Majority of it. So it's kind of unfair and it's kind of BS that the government does this nonsense. It really does sickens me. That this is what happened. I know they will never get rid of income tax. I know they won't, but it's a dream. It's a hope and a dream.
National version of Joe Arpaio's illegal immigration sweeps, an internal revenue hiring freeze, folks. I want you to hear this and commit it to memory like a chess prodigy. If this madman manages to abolish the IRS, I don't care if he runs until we run out of Roman numerals. I will vote for this man's brain in a jar, and you can quote me on it.
You know what? He's right. I'll be the same way too. I would definitely vote for the man if he could get rid of the IRS and all this craziness that he's done. But Again, we got to hold our brakes. It's only been a week since he's been inaugurated.
At least unlike his predecessor, Trump will actually have something to fill the jar with. But here's the thing. He kind of did this same thing in 2016, too. Have a Google gander at the first week of Trump's first term, and it reads like a Dear Santa letter from Ron Paul. The problem
was she's going to bring up, and that's the thing about it, and that's why I put in the title block. It's not title block in the description. It's the executive orders. Now, the Lincoln Riley Act, that one, that's a law. I want to thank the few Democrats who got common sense or simple sense to do the damn right thing. The other 150% of y'all,
you piece of loser.
You could do something. I don't want to say, but I like to keep myself trying to PG, but you could do something off, if you know what I mean. That is so crazy that all y'all voted against that. That should have been that should have been a bipartisan act, because there was a bipartisan. There 40 people voted for it. No, 150 Democrats did not vote for that thing. It should have been.
problem is executive orders are not law. They're overturned at whim by the incoming administration, which is precisely what President Poopy Pants and his puppeteers undertook to do. Meaning, unless the Senate signs some of this shit into law, we can look forward to 4 more years of Bidenflation and fagaloon politics when the opposite party returns to power. Last go around, Trump had to contend with the likes of McCain and Mormo Mitt undermining his Obama-rectomy. This time around, he doesn't, but Congress isn't without its recalcitrant con ink asshats either. Though Pete Hegseth was indeed confirmed this week, it was over the explicit objections of an insurgent Mitch McConnell and company. The war ain't even almost over, folks. As excellent as all this is, step 2.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell needs to go. Seriously. He's too old. I cannot say Biden's too old and Nancy Pelosi's too old and not call Mitch out. Mitch is too old. He needs to be replaced. Kentucky, what y'all doing? Before this man died, it was just so stupid. They serve until they die. They want like a Dianne Feinstein. What the heck is that?
Never comes if we don't enact an electoral purge of the rhino right. We can kiss it all goodbye if Democrats manage to rig it all for Governor Gavin or an AOC administration that'll go as pear-shaped as she has. You see, Democrats can eke out a law or confirmation with a maybe or two on their own side. Republicans are such able and inveterate backstabbing bullshit merchants. If you don't have a plus 10 vote cushion on your own side, you can kiss confirmation goodbye. And this, my friends, is why the DeSantis, Simpson, Haley Halfwits, as well-meaning as many were, must be mocked mercilessly, because it absolutely, positively, indefatigably had to be Trump. Only Trump had the movement and machinery to fumigate the vermin in our own midst. Only Trump could fire the words "I told you so" out of a howitzer in the damn debates, and only Trump could listen to the entire media repeating the lie that America is only an idea and reply, yeah, and loading illegals into a giant trebuchet and projectile deporting them back to Burkina Faso is also an idea. I'm Razor Fist. Consult your doctor if it lasts any longer than 4 hours, and Godspeed.
That's Razor for you.
Well, Margaret, I don't agree that all these immigrants or all these refugees have been properly vetted. In fact, we know that there are cases of people who allegedly were properly vetted and then were literally planning terrorist attacks on our country. That happened during the campaign, if you may remember. So clearly not all of these foreign nationals have been properly vetted.
People in the pipeline, Afghan refugees.
But my primary concern as the vice president, Margaret, is to look after the American people. And now that we know that we have vetting problems with a lot of these refugee programs, we absolutely cannot unleash thousands of unvetted people into our country.
These people
it's not good.
Did you not just hear we just said that you found terrorists in those people who vetted? Chick, are you?
Are her parents brother and sister? Can you please leave now? Oh, now I get it. She's a moron.
People are vetted.
Just like the guy who planned a terrorist attack in Oklahoma a few months ago, he was allegedly properly vetted, and many people in the media and the Democratic Party said that he was properly vetted. Clearly he wasn't. I don't want my children to share a neighborhood with people who are not properly vetted. And because I don't want it for my kids, I'm not going to force any other American citizens' kids to do that either.
Exactly.
No, and that was a very particular case. It wasn't clear if he was radicalized when he got here or while he was living here.
I don't really care, Margaret. I don't want that person in my country, and I think most Americans agree with me.
Pack the gat in the small of my back. Where these niggas at? I clear the whole pack.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue that situation there. I really can't. But hey, what can we say? And the thing about it that kill me is like right now we have a lot of people coming in, and again, Tom Holland said this, and people forgot this. Tom Holland was hired by Obama.
What?
So the Democrat hired Tom Holland, and Trump kept it on. Wow. Didn't see that coming, did y'all? So it's not literally, like I said. And back, I wish I had the video, but I didn't find the video. I didn't look. Back before 2010, Democrats were saying, we need to stop illegals. We need to stop illegals. We need to stop illegal immigration. And then for some reason in 2010, it just flipped and switch. All right? It really did, and it's crazy. And then we got people like I said, let me just play this and done with it.
Administration begins to conduct raids across the country. Pop star and apparent billionaire Selena Gomez took time away from performing on stage to take to social media to selectively sob about this.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. I'm so sorry. I wish.
Wow, what a waste. The poor children.
I could do something, but I can't.
Yes, you can. You're a billionaire. You could set up factories for your product line, and in Mexico or in to help people. You have five multi-million dollar houses. Sell a couple of those and maybe put up some apartments to help those same people as you say you want to help. You ain't gonna do that. This is why a lot of people right now is turning against Hollywood, because y'all are fake. It is fake. But remember, you have to cry, then unless you have the app on your phone automatically set up, you gotta cry, go in, find the app, press the app, press record while you're still crying. And then just go into it. Well, I'm just saying this is not good. And I'm just that's the crazy part. What is that? You set yourself up for this one, sweetheart. But again, you can do many things.
I don't know what to do. I'll try everything.
And I'm not gonna knock her because I know she has mental issues in the past. That's not what I'm looking at that. But you're billionaire, Selena Gomez. You could make good, and you could take the money that the millions of dollars you're billionaire to do, and do things. That's the part that kind of irks me the most. Y'all will go ahead and do this thing, but you have the money to change lives, and y'all don't do it. But you want a government to do it. That's why I always laugh when people always like, billionaires should give more money, Bernie Sanders. Billionaires should give more money to to the government. They should get taxed more. At the end of every tax form, IRS form, you can voluntarily give the government money. No billionaire, no politician sign that extra money to the government. So miss me with the nonsense. You can do it, but you don't. So shut up.
So first off, I do enjoy Selena's songs, but I'm never going to take my moral values from a rich celebrity completely detached from reality, because as a billionaire, there is an awful lot she can do other than sob. She could house hundreds, as she apparently owns 5 mega mansions all across the country. Her makeup company Rare Beauty could sponsor thousands with work visas, but we're talking millions of dollars of legal fees and salaries. So how far does her activism really go, if not purely performative? As people are asking her to open up her mansions to migrants, wondering why she wasn't crying over the hundreds of thousands of missing kids, or why she's conveniently ignoring the other reason this is happening.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
No, she isn't worried about women being victimized, as she's constantly surrounded by security. Now, she has since deleted her video stating, apparently it's not okay to show empathy for people.
It's okay to show empathy, but what you did was egregious to show that you're full of S. Again, not attacking her for a mental state, but you have the power to do stuff, my dear, but you don't.
And also disabling comments for all her other posts. So,
and like he said with the security, it always killed me. These are the same type of people who is like, oh yeah, you should not have a gun, but you have 5, 6 guys around you that have guns. Again, I don't understand. That part does not make logical sense to me. Is that like, you don't have that? Or I don't have that. Can't be both.
So less than 1 week into Trump's second presidency, we already have celebrities posting selfies of themselves sobbing. Now, I don't necessarily blame them for being this delusional. They were raised on stage, surrounded by wealth, yes men, and constant misinformation, programming them into being good little NPCs for the establishment. But I do blame these adults for not grasping that just because you can sing, you need to insert your opinion in on everything. As at this point, she's even angry at what the Democrats want.
I think they use the terminology, you were not being a good Democrat. I was supposed to silently watch what happens to this city. We were getting almost 8,000 migrants and asylum seekers a week, 16,000 every 2 weeks. This humanitarian crisis is not what is normally someone has the right to have shelter within the city. And they were coming in 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. It was a constant overturn.
The sad reality.
Now, here's the thing, and I could respect people if they change their mind, if they and they get on the right path. All right. He was saying long back in the Biden administration when Texas and Florida was sending their migrants up to New York and California and Chicago. Because remember, they talk all that talk because there was they were far removed from the border. So when they start sending the illegals up to Mexico and New York and all this stuff like that, then they're like, oh man, this is hurting us. Yeah, because they were far removed from it. Now that y'all feel the same hurt now you understand what's going on, and your crime rate went up. It went up. Violent crime went up, murders went up. Yeah, not all illegal immigrants are killers or murderers. That's not the point. The problem is though, I don't know who they are. If I don't know who they are, I don't know what they could do or what capability they do. There are women who have been part of the cartels who've been caught, who've murdered, killed, people tortured people, as you will hear a video or something, tortured people. So it's not the males only, even though males did the majority of the crime, but women was doing that too. So don't even mothers and children. And I always talked about, Amnesty International always said, 66% of the women, all of the women, they do get raped. That's the sad part. But 60% of the children that come through the border with the kids are not their biological kids. So who kids did they steal this from? What sex trafficking are they doing? You don't know, and people don't want to fix that issue.
Reality is, this needed to happen, even if it's gonna cause another kids in cages moment for grifters to cry over. And I call them grifters because they only seem to cry about it when they can attribute the suffering to Donald Trump. They didn't care when they were caged under Obama. They didn't care when they came up missing under Biden. But once it's Trump, now they can turn their suffering into a moment about you. Except this time, they can't shame them into compliance.
What do you say to those who are out there saying that these are everyday people, these are families that are being attacked and dragged out of their homes? How do you respond to that?
I don't think we arrested any families. We've arrested public safety threats and national security threats, bottom line. And look, President Trump won the election on this one issue, securing our border and saving lives. Because we got over 2 million known gotaways. We got a 600% increase in sex trafficking. We got a record number of terrorists crossing the border on terrorist watch lists. We have 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl coming across the open border. We're going to do this job, and we're going to enforce the laws of this country. If they don't like it, then go to Congress and change the law. We're going to do this operation without apology. We're going to make our community safer.
Everybody has moments they wish they could take back.
And the one thing about it is, just as we talked about the executive orders, the Lincoln Riley Act is law. It is a federal law. Thank God. So that one stays. So Democrats, if you don't like it, change the law when you are the power and stop doing the executive orders. I don't like Trump's executive orders doing it. I like them, excuse me, personally, but I don't like them because they're not laws, because Congress, which is the Senate and the Congress, are basically
you piece of loser.
Weak, sackless ball, just weaklings who can't muster up to do the right thing. They're just cowards, straight up cowards.
And obviously this is one of Selena's. Her getting a rude awakening that the average American doesn't want to sacrifice their safety for a billionaire's feelings is both humbling and necessary. It doesn't mean I'm calling for her cancellation and boycott of her music, because at some level we should expect celebrities to have stupid political takes. It's just nice that we're finally getting to the point where when they do try to preach at the peasants, they get promptly put in their place. But if you appreciate my concise, light-order commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on how Trump shut down the LA mayor so badly they actually took her mic away.
Which is good, and that's another thing, so we'll talk about that at another day, but I'm happy that happens. So, another thing that happened, let me just see here if I have it still. If I don't have it still, then I don't know, I gotta see. I don't think I have it. I want to make sure that I play this because people need to understand something. And it is annoying as annoying can be. Okay, here it is. So yes, listen to this. I can't play the video. I can't show the video because it's in a different format and I'm not gonna go through all this stuff. But I do want you to listen to this. So Trump did a lot of executive orders and shut down some stuff. People don't understand what's going on, but again, people are stupid individuals, smart. I've said that multiple times, and they just listen to, again, I bring my receipts as you saw with videos and audio as well as you hear. But still, go out there and look for this stuff. The Lincoln Alley Rap, read that. The executive order, like I just said, is whatever. Again, the fact about it is an order that could be changed in 4 years if a Democrat gets like a Democratic president got in there and want to change it. And that's not. And I hope that we have common sense people. But listen to this BS, as I would call it. Hopefully it plays because people don't know how it is. So let's listen to this, and to give you credit, to give you what you're about to hear. This is not a black woman. This is a white woman is saying this. So hopefully it goes through. Let me see. I'm gonna play and hopefully the audio goes through.
Here we go again.
Okay, and I'll state this as well too. I didn't vet this video, so as cursed it is, so I apologize for that. I really do. But still, the reality is what it is. But because of what this video is, I wanted you to play it because a lot of people are because they're scared that that Trump did stop a lot of the he put a stop on a lot of the AIDS, which is weird. There's AIDS going out of the country, but whatever. He stopped a lot of AIDS so they could know what's going on with the money. And I'll play a video of it so you guys should know that. So they played a lot so they could know what taxpayer money is going towards. I have no problem with that.
I'm about to get mad.
And this is a black man responding to the white lady.
Prepare your ears.
Because this is crazy. She said, I can't work. Well, you will get up and make a video so you can work.
What?
Well, crazy is that I'm seeing you walking and moving and doing all this stuff, and you're on your feet. So what do you mean you can't work? What do you mean by that? What do you mean you can't work? You can work. You can do something. You're just a lazy bum. And that's what it is. And here's the funny part. A lot of lazy people in America are white people. But because as a percentage, it goes to black people, people are just think, oh, just these black people. No, a lot of white people are lazy people too. And they are bums and they don't want to do nothing. And they just want to sit up and not do work. I'm sorry. Unless you're mentally messed up, unless you physically can't do something, you have no sympathies from me. Get out there and work. I saw many. Okay, I saw a lot of people who are handicapped who works. I see a one-armed man at Chick-fil-A work as hard as any other people in Chick-fil-A. But he happy he's getting a job. I see people in wheelchair. I see a man in a wheelchair working at Burger King. He had a wheelchair. He has an oxygen tank. He's a black man, but he's there slinging them fries, boy, and putting that stuff in was it Burger King or Wendy's? I think it was Wendy's, slinging them stuff in Wendy's. He's working his butt off. He don't have to work, seeing the other stuff he got on him, but you know what? He's doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna let homeboys talk about it because people do not read. I've said this many times before. If you don't believe me, if you don't really, when I do my receipts, check it out yourself. See it out there.
I'm about to yell. 1, 2, 3. Food stamps and SNAP and any money going towards citizens has not been stopped. You just have to read. Why don't any of you read? When you see something pop up on TikTok or the news, go look up the document and read. The reason they froze federal funding was to stop money leaving the country. Like $37 million going to the World Health Organization and $50 million intended for buying condoms to distribute in Gaza. But instead of reading and looking things up, you guys listen to the Shade Room, you listen to Neighborhood Talk, you listen to every single TikTok creator without even going to go look it up yourself. Me, when I say a news, I tell y'all, go look it up yourself. You don't have to believe me. Just go look it up yourself.
Same here.
Your children will eat. You will get your benefits. You are on the internet spreading false information. All of you guys are doing all this for no reason at the moment. You are going to eat. You are going to get your benefits. Jesus Christ.
So again, I just wanted you to hear that situation. Now let's go further into it, and so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And also shout out to the African leader from Kenya, former African leader of Kenya, where he said, you're going to see it in the video. Let's go with that.
These videos will be in the box if you're on IG. Visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We identified and stopped $50 million being sent to Gaza to buy condoms for for Hamas, 50 million. And you know what's happened to them? They've used them as a method of making bombs. How about that? We stopped an attempt to make an illicit payment for illegal alien resettlement. We canceled $181 million in DEI training contracts. This is just for the training of people in DEI, which has been terminated and completely terminated. And we
And again, I am all for stopping that in the government. It's not your job. We already have laws in the books to make it equal. I was going to do tonight the DEI stuff that's going on in Costco and Target and stuff like that, but I don't have the time for that. I'm gonna give you all stuff since I started so late, use stuff precisely and move on. But I will come back to the Target stuff because it goes, since next month is Black History Month, we're going to talk about that. Private companies can still have DEI. And it's up to you to take your money if you want to pay and use the services or not. Your call.
Caused $1.7 billion in unauthorized payments to foreign organizations, including stopping more than $40 million that was on its way out the door to the very corrupt World Health Organization, which has not done its job and not done it properly. We also...
There you go.
Ever since Kamora was a little girl, she had her...
There you go. I'm down with that.
Right on.
We also blocked $45 million for diversity scholarships in Burma. 45, that's a lot of money for diversity scholarships in Burma.
Why?
You can imagine where that money went. These were the types of payments, and many others. I could stand here all day and tell you things that we found, and we have to find them quickly because we want the money to flow to proper places.
This is why I like Doge. Thank you.
All right, so there we go. I mean, a bunch of money that we're spending that we shouldn't be spending, and now we're starting to get a hold of it. Now, let's go to the news clip right here. This is about the State Department suspending almost all U.S. foreign aid for 3 months. And then at a certain point, we're going to figure out what makes sense to give and what does not make sense to give.
That's to give.
Let's watch this. Then we're going to get back to my man, Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta. Check it out.
Late today, the U.S. State Department suspended all foreign assistance around the world for at least 3 months. It affects tens of billions of dollars for programs that extend from military assistance to Ukraine to supporting police in Mexico who are supposed to stop fentanyl from coming into the U.S. Nick Schifrin is following this all and joins us now. So, Nick, what does this direction actually do?
Jeff, the direction is contained in a memo that hasn't been made public. The State Department hasn't even acknowledged it publicly, but PBS NewsHour obtained the memo. And it says the U.S. government, quote, shall not provide foreign assistance funded by or through the Department and USAID without the Secretary of State's authorization. And, quote, for existing foreign assistance awards, contracting officers and grant officers shall immediately issue stop work orders. It says within 30 days, the department will develop review standards. Within 85 days, it'll complete a comprehensive review. And within 180 days, all U.S. foreign assistance will be aligned with President Trump's vision.
Okay, so I get it. So they're going to pause it right now. And then at a certain point, everything is going to make sense. Aid going where it should be going and aid not going where it should not be going. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yep.
Bottom line, Jeff, every dollar being spent in terms of U.S. foreign assistance around the world is now being paused. There are a few exceptions. Foreign military financing for Israel and Egypt and emergency food assistance around the world.
So what programs could this suspension affect?
We're talking about everything, including security assistance.
I want to start that for a second because people get that. People are like, oh, we will still get the, okay, let me go here. Let me go back here. Replay that again.
Few exceptions. Foreign military financing for Israel and Egypt and
So 2 countries, Israel and Egypt, not Israel only. People are like, oh, of course we get Israel. And I'm not even good for getting the money over to Israel either. I'm not a part of that. I don't want it, but I just want to make sure that you listen and clearly hear what he's saying. So it's not just Israel only, it's Israel and Egypt.
Emergency food assistance around the world.
So what programs could this suspend?
An emergency system of food around the world still is going through. So again, don't let the media lie to you like that.
Suspension effect.
We're talking about everything, including security assistance around the world.
And this is PBS. This is not Fox News. It's not News Nation. This is PBS.
So $40 billion is generally the total that's cited in terms of total foreign assistance. About half of that is military assistance. So this affects security assistance, or some of the security assistance certainly, to Ukraine, to Taiwan, to Jordan. These are key U.S. allies and partners around the world. And it's not just weapons, it's things like training. But on top of military assistance, this is what the U.S. government calls security assistance, so that's police. There's some $2 billion for policing around the world. And so as you identified at the top, some of this is for Mexican police who are supposed to go after the cartels that have just...
I mean, at the end of the day, Mexico, if we're spending money on police in Mexico, are they doing a good job? Can they even really do anything about the cartels at this point? I think Mexico has become a narco state. Maybe I'm wrong. If y'all think differently, you have any other evidence, information, y'all please let me know in the comments. But the bottom line is I don't think the police do that good of a job in Mexico, unfortunately.
Just been labeled foreign terrorist organizations who are supposed to interdict fentanyl that has affected so many communities in the United States. So this really goes so far across the world. West Africa gets counterterrorism funding through this program. So there are big questions about how long this will last, how the Trump team will resume it. They say that they simply don't have enough visibility into all of these programs. They need to pause it in order to better understand it.
I mean, that's why the word pause makes sense, because Trump's not saying we're just going to stop all the aid, because sometimes aid is necessary, aid is needed. It makes more sense for us, but sometimes it doesn't, and we're just wasting money. And like I said, we're how many trillions? 35, 36, 38? I don't even know what the trillions are anymore. Have we gotten to $40 trillion in debt?
No,
I don't think it's that high. But the bottom line is we're in a lot of debt, and just spending money willy-nilly all over the world doesn't make much sense in that circumstance. Now let's get to my main man. This is, again, the former president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, talking to a group of East African leaders at a conference in East Africa. Check it out.
I like common sense people. I like simple sense people. So let's listen to what the former president of Kenya has to say.
People the other day crying, oh, I don't know, Trump has removed money. He said he's not giving us any more money. Watu wanalia. Why are you crying? It's not your government, it's not your country.
Exactly.
He has no reason to give you anything.
Thank you.
I mean, you don't pay taxes in America.
Thank you.
He's appealing to his people. Shauri yenu bana. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves? Instead of crying.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Again, simple sense. Thank you. This is what we need in the world.
Tujiulize, what are we going to do? Haya ametoa hiyo pesa, sasa tutafanya namna gani jameni? What are we going to do? Yeah? To support ourselves.
Thank you.
Because nobody is going to continue holding out a hand there to give you. It is time for us to use our resources for the right things. We are the ones who are using them for the wrong things.
Boom.
Drop the mic. That's the kind of person I'm talking about. That makes sense. Right on, man.
That was amazing. Shout out to, again, Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president of Kenya. That's common sense, and we need a lot more of that in this world.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we need, common sense in this world. It is that. Oh my goodness. It's just so crazy. Shout outs to for real. That makes sense. That's why I always say, take care of yourself, then take care of your family, take care of your neighbors. That's how you make a great community. America needs to take care of itself first before we go give all these money all over the place. We are getting bankrupt. We are losing money. We got people coming over trying to destroy us. We are dying for 1,000 deaths of our own ignorance and stupidity in America, and most countries have been doing that all the time. Okay, that's one of the few things I agree with President Trump with. Take care of Americans first. Stop those aids. Give money, which he was. Give more aid to people in Western North Carolina that's still fighting trying to figure out what to do with their lives. How about in LA? How about in Hawaii? Those are citizens, not no damn several $100 for Hawaii, $750 for North Carolina and the surrounding that area, and $770 for California when you lost your whole house.
Yeah. What? What the fuck?
That makes no sense there, man. And I saw a post on Facebook with Brandon Johnson. Again, I don't know why politicians in the U.S. Virgin Islands, that's my second home, talking about, oh, Brandon Johnson is right to fight Trump. But Miss Senator, I'm not gonna call your name out, but Miss Senator, please shut up and worry about the Virgin Islands. As people there are potholes, you can't keep the power on the daggone island, and people who's supposed to get their refunds ain't got the refunds in 3 years, while y'all getting raises as a Senate in the Virgin Islands. Miss me with that nonsense.
Motherfucker, that don't even make no goddamn sense.
Seriously. Jeez. But again, Chicago, shout out to the Chicago people up there who's making sense.
Chicago resident Kata Truss, who sued the city over its handling of the migrant crisis. Thank you so much for joining us. First up, what was your reaction to the president's words there?
I felt good. I felt positive. I felt that change is on the horizon. One of the things that I just want to say to Americans is pray for President Trump, pray for this administration, pray for this country. I think that if we're all on the same accord, you know, you've heard people talk a lot about in the last couple of days about peace, about love, about protections, about the good of the country. And I want us to keep those things at the forefront of the focus as we begin to see a lot of the things that President Trump wants to do here in America, those mandates pushed. And in terms of the migrant crisis here in Chicago, we're excited. We're excited to see that something is about to happen, that there's about to be a change. We cannot continue to hemorrhage money in this city the way that we have been. I do have some concerns, though, about the fact that I do know that city officials here are holding classes to teach migrants how to avoid ICE or how to evade ICE.
Guys, tell me that's not real. So this is definitely my first time encountering this statement here. If that's the case, then yeah, bro, take funding from Illinois, guys. I'm sorry, bro. All of these states that are harboring these individuals, all of the states that are just calling themselves sanctuary states, sanctuary cities, should not be, looking to get any type of federal aid going forward, guys, until they, for the most part, adhere to what the federal government is basically saying. If you are going to harbor these individuals, then I think you should probably be on your own, guys. This is absolutely pitiful. It's pitiful, bro.
Basically teaching illegals how to be more illegal, if you will.
Yeah, it sounds like
that's troubling for me, but I have complete faith and confidence in Tom Homan and in our current president, so I'm excited for what's to come.
All right, so you mentioned Tom Homan. He brought up Chicago earlier when he was on this program, Call for Five Guys. This was Homan talking about how he's working up a target list. Listen.
Of course, we didn't talk that, but anyway.
We've been working up the target list. There was some discussion about Chicago because the Pacific operational plan was released. So we had to look at and reevaluate, does this raise officer safety concerns? And it does, but we've addressed that, and teams are all effective today.
Okay, so how confident are you that they're going to right the ship there in Chicago that's been dealing with this crisis?
I want to say something again. Tom Holland, again, was hired by President Obama to deal with this. She did a good job back then, and he did a great job on the Trump, and he's back again another time to do anything with Trump, okay? He's the border czar. I like this border czar more than the last one, because our last one was an idiot.
I'm very confident. I am confident in this administration. I am confident in Tom Homan getting things done. And I am confident that the Chicagoans are going to step up. We're ready to assist in any way we can. There are those of us who are willing to work with this administration to make sure that people who are here illegally are sent back home. We want to also make sure that those criminals who came here to set up their criminal operations, again, are sent home. And so whatever we have to do as Chicagoans to assist with that, we're ready and willing to help.
Okay.
Guys, like the last thing Chicago needs is more criminality, guys. That's the last thing they need. And then also, as a matter of fact, hold on. The last thing they really, really need is a brand new type of criminal coming in, being basically imported from a crime-filled country. Like the last thing you need is for that, a brand new type of criminal to basically become a super criminal, let's say in Chicago, guys. The last thing they need is that. So I definitely hope that there's a good amount, not just like her and like a couple of her buddies, right? I definitely hope that there's a good amount of people who are willing and ready and willing to basically give as much information to ICE as humanly possible to specifically, get out the people that are here under the concept of asylum fraud, who have trespassed on the border. I do think that's probably going to be a good thing, guys.
I think so too. Now, I'm not going to play a whole video because I do have to, like I said, I'm pressed for time. In that regard, and I'm seeing that we got a lot of people in here. Again, guys, if you ever want to check you want to share this program or check any past stuff, you do the Project Open Mic on YouTube. I don't have a lot of views on the YouTube, but just subscribe to help us get up in the algorithms. Just like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down the video, help us get in the algorithm of YouTube. Sometimes our videos do well, sometimes a lot of times they don't. Help us in that. Spotify, you can follow us on Spotify, Project Open Mic on Spotify, and the same thing all places. Again, if you see this right here on the screen, you know you're in the right place. Go to those places and help us out. Again, so I know the reason there's so much people in here across all platforms because I have been at least been doing a show consistently. I know sometimes things happen and I can't do everything, but again, I'm just want to let you know that you can help us out by doing this. Okay. So with that said, I want to because also it was like there was a one with Brendan Johnson, the same Chicago mayor, was saying, "Oh, a black man asked him, well, it was so easy within a couple hours. Tom Holman found all these illegals. Why couldn't you do that?" And Brendan Johnson said, "Oh, that's a Fed job. Oh, that's a Fed job. Okay, if that's a federal job, the defense should have sent no money to Chicago for all the illegals that you house in schools and all the other stuff, because that's a Fed's job, right? So why are you asking your citizens to pay 30% property tax increase for you? Why? That's crazy enough, right? So I want to end with this, with the pardons. Now, I want to bring this back to me. So Biden did pardons and Trump did pardons. Now, I played last week where everybody was when Trump was going to say Trump was going to pardon Giuliani and his kids, how evil that is and how corrupt that would be and all this stuff and blah, 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 including Adam Schiff, who is a piece.
You piece of loser.
Literally, Adam Schiff is that. Can't believe this man is a senator, but California is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so I'm not surprised by that. But anyway, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, now I remember. So you have that situation of that. The pardons, they got on them. But did Trump pardon his family? No. Did he pardon Giuliani? No. So all that big hoopla they did, and Trump never did it. Okay? Now, here comes Biden. Biden now saying, "Oh yeah, we're I'm not gonna pardon my son Hunter, which I showed last week. That was a lie. I'm not gonna pardon." And then, of course, 15 minutes before 12 o'clock, before he lost his power, he pardoned his whole family. And the thing that killed me about it, ain't like he pardoned his family, like literally, and Dr. Fauci, who should be in jail. That guy should be in jail. But Dr. Fauci, but not only did he pre-pardon his children, his family, which I thought he was going to pardon his brother. I know he's going to do that because Biden was that sleazy, but whatever. But he pardoned not only that, he pardoned them, he pardoned their spouses, and he pardoned all of them all the way back to 2014. So if you find something like you found out that he was basically playing money for play, like how they remember the Russia hoax when they get Trump in, Biden was doing that at that time, but before that, but nobody wants to acknowledge that. But these are pardons that never happened in the history of pardons. Okay? In the history of pardons. Here's another thing that happened that I know. Biden pardoned 14,000 people. 40,000? Okay. I'm not 100% on this before. I might need to go check. I know it's 1,400. But let's go with a lower number. Let's be nice and say 1,400 people who are the first-time drug offenders, because they're trying to do the same thing that Trump did with the First Step Act. Now, I'll state this right here because people, slow it down for people, so people in the back room can hear me. Just because they're like, "Oh man, you should not go to jail for that." If you got caught for drugs or weed or crack or cocaine, and you don't have no priors, yes, I think that's a harsh punishment, and you should be released. So I'm not a heartless animal. I get that. All right? But sometimes these people got caught and they had priors of rape, killing, murder, stuff like that. And this was their third strike. So they got up on they had priors and they got up on the drug offense because the other offenses was crazy. All right. I want to play you an example of this person. This is one example of one of the pardons. One of course, but there's many pardons that Joe Biden released. Make sure I have it up to the okay. Here's one. This is why the reason I gave you that caveat with all the stuff I just said there is for a reason. All that is for a reason. Listen to this BS. This is a guy Joe Biden pardoned because they say he was only pardoned for non-violent crime. Non-violent crime, and he had a drug offense. Okay, listen to this. He told the browser where the money was. This is a guy who tortured loved ones to tell them where drugs and money are. That's what it is. This is a guy who did this to people. Started over and then play straight through. Loved ones until they told them where the drugs or the money was. He poured boiling water on the wives and or girlfriends of various associates until they screamed for mercy and revealed where the drugs were. He bathed the genitals of one woman until she revealed where the money was. The feds, just partly because his victims were so terrified, didn't get convictions on that because they could put him away for 35 years on running a giant drug syndicate.
No, they did. And Biden turned this guy loose. Can you imagine the horror of his victims? Guys on the streets. Yeah, the fact that some people are starting to pay attention to all of these pardons that Joe Biden unleashed there in the final days and hours, it will not reach very many people, unfortunately, but just freaking horrible. The whole people who are in jail for a long time for non-violent drug offenses has always been, or at least for a long, long time, ridiculous. It's always in for what seems like a really long charge. But look closer at what they were doing with their lives before you jump into they had a joy, now they're in jail for 10 years. That's not what's going on here. So my question is, all these, for a couple of reasons, what you just said, people are terrified of some of these violent people, so they don't testify them, and then against them. And then you got the whole gang culture thing where people tend not to testify against each other. And then the feds decide, what are you in there for? We didn't put this guy in jail for 30 years on the drug charges. See that?
Yeah. But he had torturing people, putting hot boiling water, tasing and genitals of women. But he's back on the streets because, again, I'll be honest, Biden is not in his right mind right now. He's not. So that's what's going on. But you know what? And again, I am not 100% for Trump's pardons either, because all the people who did violent acts, they should not, when they were fighting and stuff in the Capitol for the January 6th, yeah, they should not be, they should a reduced sentence maybe or something like that. But if they didn't kill nobody, the cop who died in January 6th died from a heart failure from something else, not from the attacks. But yeah, I don't think they should be out either. I'm sorry. It's not a straight out and out pardon. Okay? Just being honest with people and being fair. But I want to play this last video. This woman who got freed, and look at this joyous of this. A woman who was, again, this is a lot of leftist white crazy women hit this black woman. Why? Because she wants a lot of black kids to survive, because I found out this twice, but I remember in 2014 and 2020, there were more black babies killed through abortion than was ever born in New York City. And that's just one city. We could go further and further. But anyway, I want to play this. So that's all she was doing. But again, just listen to this. You arrested her, but she had a freedom of speech. You could do that. If she had hit any of the mothers or whatever, okay, put her in jail. I go with that. But she didn't do that.
Hear about this? No, you didn't hear about it. You know why? Because it makes Trump look good. They don't want anything to make Trump look good. Trump pardons pro-life activist Beverly Williams, who was imprisoned by the Biden administration for protesting outside abortion clinic. This lady been in prison or in jail all this time. Kamala didn't make a peep about this. She didn't talk about it in her speeches. All she wanted to do was bring out Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla to twerk and give Beyonce all y'all money that y'all donated. I ain't talking about y'all, but the people who don't like my videos, the ones that come over here creeping like roaches and come and tell me about myself, tell me I'm not black enough. Well, she must have wasn't black enough for y'all, because y'all didn't even care about her being locked up. Well, now she's free. Thank you, God, and thank you, Trump, the non-racist president.
Here's a question from a curious individual. So we're not gonna talk about Miss Beverly Williams? Oh, don't worry, I got you. Because you probably don't even know about this. Before I get the runs from drinking this organic coffee, I had to come up here and run my mouth about Miss Beverly Williams and how she was just pardoned by Donald Jaquavius Trump, and none of y'all want to talk about it. See, Auntie was just protesting against Planned Parenthood clinics because, you know, they kill millions of babies a year, and if you want to narrow it down to even black children, it's still millions alone, but clearly America didn't feel the same way as I. And it was protect black women. What about this black woman? I guess she wasn't black enough for y'all, but clearly it took the racist white man to get this black woman out of jail, to get her back to her black family and her black children, because they put her in jail for 3.5 years. Critics will argue, and at the end of the day, you don't have to agree with her actions, but you do have to understand that she was advocating for what she thought was a better future for children and families. But come closer. Hunter Biden was a crackhead with a decade of crimes, and he still got pardoned. Ms. Beverly, we appreciate your service. Breaking news. I'm gone.
Yes, we have to talk about Miss Beverly Williams. You know, because I feel like this is a major underreported story for some of the reasons that you heard there. Obviously, one being because this makes Trump look good. You know, the white guy who they claimed and shouted was Hitler and he was racist and he hated anybody and everybody of color. And yet he was the one that came and freed this black woman who was thrown in prison for 3.5 years. 3.5 years for protesting an abortion clinic, for protesting the pine boxing of little black kids. She got put in prison by the Biden administration because of that. And the racist guy pardoned her.
Why is filing your taxes?
Again, a word gets thrown around and it don't have the same meaning as it used to, did it?
Pardons for peaceful pro-life protesters who were prosecuted by the Biden administration.
Yeah, you heard that. Peaceful pro-life process against the anti-abortion nut looms. And here's the thing. I'm in the middle. I don't care about that situation. You want to have abortion? Go right and have it, lady. That's your sin, not me. I don't advocate for it, but I'm not going to be all in your face and do whatever thing. You want to go sin, you sin.
For exercising their First Amendment rights.
Do you know how many?
I believe it's 23, sir.
23
people.
People were prosecuted. They should not have been prosecuted.
No.
Many of them are elderly people. They should not have been prosecuted. This is a great honor to sign this.
A man of his word. And, you know, the one thing about this is since Trump has been in office less than a week. I don't think that guy has put down a pen yet.
Nope.
Like, the amount of things he's signing and getting done within the first week is just astronomical.
Yes, but I still wish that Congress could do the right thing and the Senate and do their job and turn a lot of stuff into bills. But I wanna show you, which is heartbreaking. It's not heartbreaking. It's happy. 23 people went to jail because of Biden. This because they were put in federal prisons. This is a Biden thing. This is not a local thing. Because they protest against this, which is their amendment rights. They could do it. As long as they ain't out, if they peacefully did it and they not touch nobody and they start no fights, then what's the problem? But you take away this woman from her daughter, you know, like I said, we stand for black people, whatever, but they like to break down black families. So I want to show you the reunion, the reunion, a happy reunion of a family because there's some bull ass.
Look at us. I got your jacket. Let me take it.
Here. Woo! Go, 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 go,
Oh. Go ahead.
You still smell good. You still smell good. It don't matter if you're in the pit of hell. No. Somebody's gonna smell good. No. Girl, you know how you're gonna say.
Look at that. Sister and her husband wearing Make America Great Again hats on them. We know that, the woman, she's part of the 7%, like my wife, and homeboys are part of the 22% men that did not. But anyway, probably 23. Look at her. Look at her girl. Look at her girl.
I can't hold my baby. Oh my God. Goo. You miss your mommy? You miss your mommy? I miss you. I miss you so much. I miss you, Goo. Give me a kiss. Y'all. Oh my God. I'm home. I'm free. I'm free, y'all. I'm free. I'm really free.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you,
Lord is
Jesus.
good.
Thank
The
you,
Lord
God.
is good.
Amen.
Right, boo boo?
Oh, Jesus.
Amen.
Yeah, it's so cold out here.
Yes. Go ahead, girl, and take a. Go ahead, girl. Enjoy with your family. That's not it, though. I like to take a message.
And had Democrats had any say in that, she would still be in prison right now.
Yep.
Away from her little daughter right there that you just saw.
Yep.
Beautiful moment. Beautiful moment. I can only imagine how great she feels, seeing her child. But here's another clip that they posted later on. Check it out.
Also, go to Alan Stuckey on YouTube if you want to hear. She talks about the prison. Talk about how crazy is in there and how she had to keep her head on a swivel. Because for what she did, a lot of people didn't really like that as well too. Some did, some not. And there's another video I wanted to play, which was this black man who said he's a girl. And what happened? Because 10 women inside to the bunk, all 10 women got pregnant.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that?
How these women get pregnant? Because they got raped by this piece of crap dude who said he was a woman. And California's dumbass, I will play that video in another time. The California video, people say, oh, well, he identifies as a woman, so we put him in a woman prison. What mental, stupid, you know what?
Allow yourself to slowly get, you're freaking crazy. Crazy.
Jeez. Nut jobs. But let's hear from Miss Beverly.
President Trump, I just want to thank you for being a man of your word and bringing me home to my family. 3 months without my 2-year-old has been, words can't express what it's been for me.
She was going to be 3 years in prison for protesting.
And just watching you sign my pardon and get me free, I'm just so grateful, and you're just a hero, and you literally saved my life. And if Kamala had won, not only do I know I would have gotten out in like 2028, but I was nervous that she would probably try to re-indict me on something else. These people are vicious, and I know this is just the beginning. This isn't the end. This is just a start, but justice has to come. But thank you for getting the ball rolling on righteousness and justice in this nation. So just thank you from me, my daughter Eleanor, and my husband.
I thank you as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you. We thank you.
God bless you.
Look, you put a black family back together so they can never say you are racist. Take care.
Exactly. Listen to that. Proud of that moment. And that's all it is. So there you go. Put a black family back together that didn't do no harm. You will let criminals go into other cities and destroy stuff and kill people and murder lives. No, I'm sorry. I am for the First Amendment, and I'm definitely for the Second Amendment. You want to say you want to be a transgender, you want to be a transgender, you feel like you're a woman and all that stuff like that, say it. You have the right. Here's the thing though, the First Amendment, I talk about the freedom of speech, is government will not withhold. They ain't got to work with me and you, because I just don't care. And that's what it is right now. There you have the difference between a Trump pardon and a Biden pardon. He released a guy who beat up women, pour boiling hot water on women, and tasered their genitals to find out where the money is and drugs is or whatever. That criminal, he's back on the streets. But a woman who was peacefully protesting, and yes, she's not, I won't say she's perfect because she had some abortions too, but she realized what she was doing was wrong. She didn't want other people to go through what she went through, so she changed her life and had her kids, got married, did the right thing. I want to share that. And y'all, but you know what? We put her in jail. And Kamala Harris did not talk not a lick about her. I did the same thing with the lady when Kamala Harris was the DA of California, when put that lady in jail because she was taking care of her own black daughter. And because of that, that black daughter got a stroke because of Kamala. I played that video live on the show, okay? So again, I am happy Kamala Harris was never the president. Thank you, thank God, thank you, take the blessings, okay? Look, I am not for Republicans, I'm not for Democrats, but I do want the government to be limited in as much as they can. And what I see right there is perfect. That's why I like what the African guy said right there. You got to depend on yourselves. That's why I say take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your neighbors. That's how we can make a great community. The government should be super limited, not to do all this crap in people's face and everything like that. All right? So, like I said, I want to thank you for giving me the time, your ears, your heart, your mind on what we're talking about tonight. Remember, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, height, nationality, sex, region, generation. It made no difference. Evil. I do not stand with evil. I stand with good, no matter what the race or what color it is. I don't speak for black people. Black people don't speak for me. I'm an individual of my own, and I try to be as righteous as I am. I have fallen far from grace. I have sinned, but I am not going to stand by evil as best as I can. I want to stand with the righteous and good. All right, and I hope you do that as well too. I pray for blessings for many of y'all. Hope y'all will also be part and take part in this journey with me, going to Black History Month. We're going to be talking about every Black History Month, I talk about some rare hard facts that a lot of people never heard of. So join me on that voyage when that time comes. Also, remember, again, go out there and people, do the receipts, check everything out. That's good, all right? Remember, people are stupid, individuals are smart. Be a smart individual. This is your boy, Tim Project Over Mike. I wish you all the best. Have a good night, and we'll catch you next Thursday. Peace out.